everybody, it's your friend Kevin, and today is Tuesday the 20th of September 2022, and here is the card of the day from Gateway of Light Activation by Kyle Gray and Jennifer Hawkyard. Let's get right to the card and the message. So it's a good one today, really good one. Remember, we pull 7 cards on a Sunday for the week ahead, and I go into a deeper dive into what today's energy means with the cards. So today's energy comes from the Sword of Light, Divine Protection, Cords Cutting, Breakthrough Energy. Now, the Sword of Light in Lightworkers' spiritual realms and circles is basically the cord of Archangel Michael. And if you are a student and study angels, the angel realms and archangels, you'll know that Archangel Michael is the great protector. He is known as he who is like God. God being universe, being source energy, being all that is created. And so why is the Sword of Light showing up today? Well, yesterday we had karmic board clearing, going through and sorting through, maybe what your life purpose is, maybe where perhaps you need to make adjustments. Well, today we've got Sword of Light. We're in a transitional period, and that can create feelings of distrust. It can also feel like, and has felt like for a little while, how we've got these energetic cords that have been binding us to situations, people that we love and care about, and the past. Remember, this transitional period that we've been going through since probably early 2019, definitely through 2020 and 21, and now we're coming out the other side, 2022. Nothing is as it was. Things are completely different, and there are folks who wish they were the same. Well, they're not really wishing they were the same. They're not really sure what to grab hold of and what to cut ties to. That's the part that we are witnessing if we're moving forward. Everything moves forward. The Sword of Light binds us, or at least the energetic cords bind us to these thoughts and feelings of being lost. The Sword of Light comes as a sign that we now have the opportunity to cut them, to sever them, to let them go, to cut the ties to unnecessary connections, dramas, fears, and to know that a great big severing of everything we know of is going on at this time. This can create a feeling of isolation for a little bit, particularly if we're starting to reconfigure what our circle of trust, our circle of influences, and all those kind of things, how we move forward in life, how we navigate it. I think we have to be aligned with the highest good of everyone, including ourselves. So know that these cords that bind you to loved ones and your soul families are going to remain intact. It's only these lower vibrational connections that are really being chopped off and cut. We don't really need it static. So it's time for all of us to realize that part of this transitioning is trimming off all those fringy bits, all those bloodsuckers. Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Sandalphon, Archangel Orion, whatever. The last 3 are known as the Thronans. They're the ones that perhaps have the greatest influence on the human experience. Like Metatron has a way of being able to collapse time. Like if you need more time, you call upon Metatron, create a bit more time here. He's kind of like a magical time traveler. Sandalphon takes the prayer straight from your heart. Say, listen, take this directly to source. I need this to go, like a telegram. Um, let's see. Orion wasn't really in human form. He's part of the Stargate people. Now, when I first began to study this kind of stuff, it didn't make any sense. It really was, to me, a bit like reading a Harry Potter novel. You know, on one level of the fantasy world, it seems real. You know, if you've read any of them, you could be right there speaking this gobbledygook language and, dancing around with Harry, Hagrid, and all them other people in that Harry Potter world at Hogwarts. But it's really not real. And that's how I felt about angels, archangels, the realms of angels. Then I began to do a bit more and a bit more and a bit more. And it just was like, how is this stuff coming? Why am I studying it? What's the big fascination? And it was a fascination at first. Now it's like, well, you know what? It kind of makes sense. It makes sense that when we follow the heart, the intentions of the heart, the will of the heart, the energy of the heart, the now I'm not about the heart, physical heart, the like this part, the light of the heart, the love of the heart, the goodness of the heart, the integrity of the heart. That is the frequency to abundance. That's the frequency that allows more of this good stuff to flow in. The part we're severing is our attachment to and our obsession with the lower vibrational stuff. As we get lighter and once we start cutting that off, we lift up lighter. I was listening to somebody last week who talked about how they had taken on illness and, not sharing it with doctors and medical people, but sharing it with their angels and their spirit guides, asking, why is this happening? What do I need to know about this? What do I need to feel about this? Tell me how I move forward. And it was very clear that whatever was being removed from this person's physical body was a collection of the stuff that they had taken on that was being taken away, removed, cut off, done. And then they're like, okay. And then the second part of it was consume lighter foods, consume foods that your physical body needs, move past the heavy, starchy kind of foods that really create chemicals that are unwanted by it. And then it was like this person got it. Oh my goodness, if I want to lighten up, I got to lighten up from the inside out. What I'm putting in my body needs to be, and I'm using this as an example. As we lighten up our look at the world, our viewpoint of the world, and if you study Christian philosophy, you will remember the Master Jesus did this. He came and walked the earth. He brought his disciples. He couldn't do it on his own. He had the apostles and all these folks that wrote these books and preached and said, go out in the world. Anyway, the sword of light is cutting and severing whatever is attaching us to the things that we don't really need. And how do you put that into words on a day like today, for example? You're going to come across things that won't work with you, won't sit with you, won't be right for you, you won't agree with. The old way of being is to get in there and go like this, fight with it. The new way of being is to go within, get some quiet time, even call upon the archangels. If Michael is an archangel you feel like you can connect to, listen, thank you for cutting the ties that bind me to these people in this situation. I am safe and I am free. I'm safe and I'm free. I'm safe and I'm free. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and move on. There's a power at work bigger than us. It's a bit like the electricity in the toaster that Esther Hicks uses through Abraham Hicks. Source energy is the electricity. We are the toasters. Don't need to know where it comes from, how it works. Just need to plug it in, turn it on, let's go. The more we exercise that, the more we realize we're part of that, the more we just transition on. sword of light. It's cutting the ties that bind us to fear, anxiety, and worry. We have to sort of exercise it, be it, show it, become part of it, for other people to say, whoa, I want what they've got. What do I do? And it's a journey. Most of us that are following this light journey, it's a journey through what works and what doesn't work. Anyway, I don't want to get too deep and heavy into that. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with more. Thanks. Lots of love. Bye.